Okay, so welcome to Tomato Industries Detailing, and here's the next car off the rack. It's a 2007 X5 BMW, 4.8 litre. Look at the base this thing. It's got some decent tyres on it. Look at the size. I think 20 inch, maybe 22 inch back at the back there. Just an external detail. So we'll just have a couple of look at the things I've noticed so far. One thing are these headlights are extremely scratched up, a lot of swirl marks and stuff, so they'll be getting a polish. It's coming for a polish and paint protection. Which way we're going to go with the paint protection, I'm not sure. I think it's going to just be Fuso coat, a coat of Fuso coat and a coat of high temp wax is what the budget's looking for this. There could be a surprise coming after this car. I'm crossing my fingers. The owner has mentioned, said another car that has got me very excited. So for this one, yes. So yeah, one stage polish. In areas there'll be two stages. I found some scratches. There's quite a few swirls and stuff, but there's just a few deeper scratches and marks. You can see just along here, they go along the back. I'm going to have to chase out. Yeah, the rest of it's not so bad. Luckily this car's garage, that's why it's bloody looking in good condition. It's only exterior detail. You can see the state of the B pillar is mighty muckied up. There's a lot of drippy stuff all over it. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but what we do have a lot of is, you can see there is this white, and this is where for somehow it has been, the clear coat and the paint has been chipped off all the way along down here. It's happened all in here. I thought it was polished when I first looked at it, and of course, as you do, I got my little fingernail in there and gave a little bit of a feel, but in the end it turned out, and you can see here, it's all been chipped off. I don't know how it's happened, but what I have done is I have gone and I have sourced some black. I've gone had a look at the code for this, and I've got some paint, so I'm going to touch all this up. There's also another area at the front, I believe. Where are we? Here, where we need to do some touching up. Some decent scratches there, and here more touching up. So I've already sourced the paint for that also. All this trim. I think we're going to be hitting that with a little bit of softly with a magic eraser. Then we'll put some Delux on there. Get all these number plates off and do all in there. Here's this other spot I was referring to. Quite scratchy fingernail stuff. So I will chase that down as far as it will go, but the rest will unfortunately have to be toothpick and paint. And you can see the stone chips also, which I'll also be chasing in. Hence the budget for this will not be a coating, which I was hoping we'd do, but possibly with the next car that comes along, the coating will be done on that one. Looking on this driver's side, that's it, paint once again. It's not too bad. You know, this guy's looked after his cars pretty well. You can see some swirl marks, a few scratches here and there. Even down in there is not too bad compared to, you know, some cars that you see that are of this age, being a 2007. And once again on the B pillar, you can see all these marks where all the paint is chipped off, and all along here. Once again, very unusual. Can't say I've seen it before. And where it's really bad is back here. So this is just above the petrol tank. Oh, the cap, filler cap up here, and it continues all the way there, all the way to the top. So I'll be filling that, doing a lot of little toothpick work and small brush work. So the car's going to get a very good wash, 3-stage decontamination, wheels cleaned, tyres cleaned, and then I'll be taking up the shed tonight for the polish. And just have a look at these back here. We've got some decent swirls here, so we'll be giving these a decent. I think I'll cut and polish these. This one looks a bit foggy, so I'll make a bit more work on it. We've got some sort of staining going on down here. We'll need to have a better look at tonight to see what we can do about that. Other than that, it's, until the car is completely clean and I can have a very, very good look around it with the lights, with the scan grips, I'm not going to know exactly what I'm up against, but I'm hoping it's not going to be anything too drastic. And we all know German paint, yes, good on you German paint, yeah, nice and hard. So there'll be some extra muscle, extra wheat mixes. Put in this windscreen, probably give it a polish and put some fly-by Forte on there. We do have a sunroof up top and quite a bit of dusty stuff going on up there, so that we will look after that. Other than that, yeah, actually they're pretty clean wheels compared to some of the wheels I've had to do lately. Quite a interesting design, so yeah, looking pretty good. So yeah, and the insides are, which I'm not doing, and I don't blame him for not getting me to do it, is a treat. Inside's as clean as anything, so it's great. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to start packing everything up. Just finished that other car, just almost loaded the video from that onto YouTube. It was a bit of an effort. It was quite difficult because it's been really, really busy. I'm trying to take the videos and talk about some stuff that I'm doing, and I realised it was just taking too long. There was quite a bit going on for that car. So I cut the video down quite a bit, just put a bit of stuff in there. I apologise already if I repeat myself in that video, because I think I did. I kept saying some of the same things over and over. So I apologise in advance. Hopefully I will remember, learn from that mistake and not do it so much this time. And yeah, we'll go from there. So anyway, hopefully you'll see this, and I'm going to take some, I'll take the cameras up and everything, and we'll do some tests tonight, see what the best polishes are, and we'll go from there, and hopefully I'll be able to shoot a bit of footage. This has got to be ready because he's flying out on Thursday, and it's now late Tuesday afternoon. Anyway, you enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I'll catch you later. Alright, so I've just rinsed the car, just foamed it, just allowing the last bits of the foam to do its work and come off. I could go in for the little close-up shot, but they slow the little bits of foam coming down off the car. I'm not going to do that. I'll just let it do what it's doing. I'll get around, I'll leave a little bit in the foaming receptacle for the end bit, so I can go around and do all the pieces inside here, along here, and in here, inside there, in here. Already I have cleaned inside all the door jambs, door sills, inside the hatch, so I will be doing some brush work around here. This is looking a wee bit open here, so there'll be more brush work down inside there, around there. I might even give these exhaust tips a little bit of a scrubbity dub if I have time. The badges will get it clean. This will come open, and generally with these cars they're pretty clean, but they'll get cleaned anyway, inside or here, done. And then we'll take it up and start the polishing. Oh, sorry, after the wash, then I'll get the Immolube out and the clay bar, and away we go with the cleaning. So, yes. So this is phase, let's see, phase 2. Phase 1 was inside all the doors, inside underneath all the wheel arches, tyres, blah blah blah. Phase 2 is the foaming. Phase 3 will be all the brushwork inside all here, and phase 4 will be the actual wash. Phase 5, I'll go around and look at what we've got left there regarding iron filings and tar. So that will, maybe, I'd say I'll have to be spraying some Iron X. You generally don't have to spray it over all the car, but you can sort of spray it from here down and do all that, because that's where it all goes. So that part will all get it, and I'll go along with a light and check for tar, and then let the claying begin. Alright, so we'll just put it on the old pause and get back and show you how we're going. Alright, so just one of the things you generally find when you do cars, you know, we are 5, 6, 7 years old, and that's in amongst all these badges. So you can see all this brown muck and gunk inside there. You could probably use IPA to get it out. One of the things I like to use to get it out is Meguiars wheel brightener. So what I tend to do is give the old emblem a good old spray. Let it sit there for, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds. And the wheel brightener is fine to use on the clear coats. Get yourself a brush. You can use any sort of brush. You may be able to use all-purpose cleaner. There's IPA. There's other things you could use. Once again, with wheel brightener, I just find it's the best thing to use. It cuts to the chase. It gets the job done quickest. So that's why I use it. So she's probably been on for, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds now. So I'm just going to give this brush a wee bit of wheel brightener. Just excuse me for a second. Just sprayed a little bit on the brush itself, and here we go. So nice and gently, just get around the edges, and then in amongst all the gunk inside there. Must remember, Tomato, to watch the screen to make sure that what I am filming is actually coming up on the camera, and on this side here. Now generally, in my experience with detailing, sometimes you have to do things twice just to make sure it's done right, but I'll give this thing a fairly good going over, especially on the inside of that 8 in there. Get the brushes in there and let it. Okay, so of course, after doing something like this and spraying the wheel brightener on it, there's wheel brightener inside there, there's wheel brightener down inside here, and it's something that probably shouldn't stay there. So what I then do is I get my handy leaf blower and give it all a bit of a blow. Then we get the microfiber cloth, and we'll come in and have a bit of a look and see how we're going here. So, as you can see, a lot of that gunk is now gone. I'm saying nearly, I think all of it's actually gone, which is a good result. There might be a little bit there. I'll have much more closer inspection later towards the end of the whole detail, where I'm going to polish down here. And you can also notice that this strip here has a bit oxidized. So my plan for it will be some magic eraser very softly, just to try and remove some of this oxidization. And then we will go with either some what will we go with? We'll go with some Capro Pearl probably on that, or I might put one of the coatings, I'm not sure. The other area where we find a lot of muckety muck is these things, these black things, and you can see here just how black and dirty and ugly and everything. So what I did is I sprayed IPA on it and let it sit there for about 30 seconds or so, and came along and gave it a bit of a touch up with the microfiber cloth, and as you can see, you know, it sort of got rid of it. So I'm going to have a go with the wheel brightener. Let it sit there for a little bit, and get in there with the old brush again. These things are so unsightly, you can see the whole way across. They've just got these black marks. What causes them, I'm not sure, whether it's the glue or whatever it is, just gunk built up over the years. Once again, because there has been liquid introduced to this that may have got underneath said rubber treads. We'll give it a quick then we'll come in with the microfiber cloth and we'll have a look, and I think you'll agree that that is a lot better than the result I have with the IPA. So I'll probably continue to do this the whole way down here. This really needs probably some sort of polish or oxidation. If I've got time, I might work on that today. It's a pain in the ass because of all these little rubber things in the way, so you're sort of working around all them. But anyway, there's a couple of tips. It's not, you know, 100%. If we get really close, you can still see there is little bits of black stain here and there on here. But it's the darn sight better than what it was. So, and if I probably did it again, possibly used a toothbrush or maybe the same brush, I'll probably even get most of it off. But anyway, there's a couple of tricks of the old trade. That emblem is now all clean. All the gunk is all gone from inside it. A win for Meguiars wheel brightener. Hello there, and welcome back to Tomato Industries Detailing. Alright, so if you're like me and you're doing one of these BMWs and you look at the sideboard here and you think, man, I just hate the look of this thing. You know, it's every one of these black rubber stoppers has got a black ring of gunk around it. See how close I can get. And, you know, it just looks shit. And, you know, you got this sort of stuff going on here. It's almost like it's oxidizing and stuff. It's an aluminium, you know, there's scratches all over it. You know, I just don't like the look of it, to be honest. I don't think it's coming up as bad as it actually is on the camera. But it is, you can just see the black stains around the thing. everywhere. Anyway, so as I make my way around to the other side, I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a go at trying to clean these things. And thought of some of the tools I have here, thought of some of the methods I may be able to use. So I decided to give 3 or 4 different cleaners a go. And I started off, I think first up was something out of the, just thinking outside the box, was CarPro inside. So I did an area, this area just up here, with CarPro inside. And it sort of cleaned the area up. It still leaves this oxidised look to it, but it still left all the stains. And you might be looking at this saying, oh, it did pretty well. But then I used Super Degreaser in the same area. And once again, it sort of did okay, but didn't really, come to the party. There's still the rubber rings around it all, as you can see. And then I thought, well, I'm not going to get the secret weapon out, because secret weapon is a solvent that actually will, I don't know what holds these rubber stoppers in, and secret weapon could just as well get in underneath them, break down whatever's holding them in, and then they all start coming out. So I thought, what else have I got? I thought, oh, I might try some Meguiars professional window cleaning, never know. So I tried that, and once again, things look promising, but then they just, the black rings are still there, and you just can't seem to get around this ring-a-ding-ding. Let me see if I can get a bit of focus here. Oh, what the hell's going on? Yeah, these black rings around, they're just, anyone who owns one of these cars or does. So, in the end I thought, I'm going to bite the bullet. So I got Meguiars wheel brightener out. And I thought, here we go. Let's see what happens. So I sprayed the wheel brightener on, and with all of them, I was doing the same thing. I was using a toothbrush to gently scrub around the area and try and rid it of the little rings here. And you can see all along here, I have used 4 different cleaners that I've named, and I've failed dismally to change the look of any of that. Now, we come down the other end, and this is where I use the Meguiars wheel brightener. And looky there. Now, the wheel brightener, I left on for 10, 15 seconds, and then went in with the toothbrush, just lightly scrubbing. And it's not 100%. There's still a little bit of ring-a-ding-ding there, and it's not 100%. And but I noticed, there's still this sort of little bit of oxidation and sort of stuff left from the cleaner itself, and la-da-da. So then I thought, right, next step, because I can't just leave it looking like this here, where it's it's clean, but it's all gunky, and I could wipe this off, but it just comes back. So next we went for some California custom aluminium oxidizer, which I placed on yonder pallet, and as it said, soak a rag, put a fair bit on, let it sit till it turns white. Sort of turned a little bit whitish. I think I did up to about here from back there, and then after that I brought out good old California custom purple metal polished, and did that just all on with using a microfiber cloth. And this is the sort of end result I've come up with. So if we slowly come along down this side and look at where we started, this has been cleaned, remember, with 4 different cleaners, and hasn't quite got there. And one of the things is that when you use cleaners to clean this metal, this brushed aluminium, it leaves these sort of stainy sort of things. that's where the polish has got to come in. And I think it could probably go a stronger polish. A stronger polish may actually get this even better. This is still pretty good, but I personally think, you know. But once again, it's a tedious task. It takes time, and you know, it's mucking around and blah blah blah. And I wasn't asked to do it, but you know, I've been looking at this thing for the whole job, just looking at it every time, because this is just an exterior detail. Every time I looked at it, I just went, oh God, I've got to do something about that. What am I going to do? And finally, I got fed up with it. I did. Put a bit of light here. And it's got the hell of Nova happening at the moment, and you can see, you know, as we come down, there's L demarcation. So this is where it's cleaned but not polished. And you can see what cleaning does. And then as we come down further, we come to the part that is cleaned and polished. And she looks much better. So yeah, you know, it's not a very difficult to clean this thing. I've never really seen a video of anyone doing it. But I just thought I'd mention it. Someone might have something else to say, might have an easier way to clean this, or probably tell me something I shouldn't have done, or whatever. But yeah, I just had to do something because, as I said, it was pissing me off and making the whole job look terrible. So anyway, there we go. Onward we go, and catch you soon. Alright, so welcome to Tomato Industries detailing on this late, I don't even know what day it is. I've been just non-stop working Tuesday. I think it's about 6:45 in the evening. So here's the finished product, BMW X5. So the car came in for a one-stage polish and paint protection, being CQuartz UK. Also CQuartz Delux was used on all the trim, and flyby Forte on the windows. So also gave the sunroof polish and used flyby Forte up there. So the whole roof's been polished. The roof rails have got Delux on them. I've got the wipers up because I've just put flyby Forte on the windows and put some on the wipers. They could probably go down now. But I've got them up just because it says to leave them up for 10 minutes, so I'm doing that. What else? So yeah, I polished this. I started off using S17 and a blue cyan pad on a Flex VRG, and just wasn't getting quite as much cut as I would have liked. The paint was coming up pretty well, but I needed more, so I switched to HD cut and used that with a on the VRG, the Flex VRG, and I used it was actually a Zen tool, one of their white cutting pads, and yeah, it's come up pretty well. I gave a little bit more cut without, you know, spoiling the paint or marring it too much. So all the wheels and tyres have been clean. It wasn't a tyre off detail. He wasn't too fussed about the tyres, because believe me, they're quite. Someone's been hitting a lot of curbs. Yep, so back window is polished, and all the trim, Delux. Yeah, so it hasn't come out too bad. I tried to take the number plates off and give them a clean, but they're the sort of anti-theft, anti-graffiti ones that you have to use a razor to take it all apart, and I just couldn't be bothered. It was one of those ones where it was a race with the budget. In fact, I probably did at least half a day more on this car just to get it ready. But you do that. I'm sure everyone does it. And it was my turn this time to do that. Anyway, so yeah, it's getting late. I'm going to go and have some tea. Hopefully old mate's on his way to pick the Z car up. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Alright, so enjoy your evening, and I'll see you later. Ciao.